Welcome to SIGVARIS Optiform Flat Knit made-to-measure hosiery. The following videos will help to guide you through the measuring process. We will start by measuring the foot. This section will include measuring the length for both open and closed toe. It will also include the circumference measurement for the foot at the base of the toes. LA. This is a length measurement taken from the heel to the base of the big toe and is required for both open and closed toe garments. CA. The circumference measurement which is taken around the foot at the base of the toes. Application tension is used to take this measurement. Ask the patient to put pressure on the ball of the foot so that the foot spreads. This will provide a more comfortable fit at the base of the toes. LZ. The length from the heel to the end of the large toe. This is for closed toe. A better fit of the toes may be obtained if the measurement is taken a couple of millimeters above the tip of the toe. The next two measurements are required for a slant toe option. For slant open toe option, we only require S1 and S2 measurements. You do not need to supply a separate A measurement because S1 is the same point as LA. However, for slant closed toe option, we also require Z. LS1. This is the length from the heel to the base of the big toe, inside the foot. LS2. This is the length from the heel to the base of the little toe, outside the foot. The next section will show the heel measurements required. CY. This is the circumference diagonally around the heel and over the dorsum of the ankle, with the patient's foot in dorsiflexion. Measure using application tension. LA1. This is the length of the foot from the heel to the point vertically below Y. LA2. This is the length of the foot from the ground to the center of the ankle bone, or malleolus. CA1. This is the circumference around the foot vertically at Y. Use the application tension when measuring. CA2. The circumference horizontally around the ankle at the center of the malleolus or ankle bone. Use application tension when measuring. Below knee. The following measurements are required for A to D garments or below knee. Length measurements are taken vertically from the floor and do not follow the contour of the limb. B. This is measured at the narrowest point or approximately 2 centimeters above the malleolus or ankle bone. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference measurement is taken with first resistance tension. B1. This is measured at the point where the calf begins. This is where there is change in shape at the base of the calf. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference measurement is taken with full tension. C. This is measured at the widest part of the calf. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference measurement is taken with full tension. D. This is measured at the fibular head, or approximately 2 finger widths below the popliteal crease, the back of the knee. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference is measured with first resistance tension. If tissues are very soft, the tension may need to be increased to obtain a more accurate fit. Thigh high. The following measurements are required for A to G garments or thigh high. Length measurements are taken vertically from the floor and do not follow the contour of the limb. E. This is measured at the middle of the kneecap, the patella. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference measurements are taken with the knee slightly bent. Application tension is required so that the garment does not constrict in the crease of the knee. F. This is measured halfway between E and G measurement points. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. The circumference measurements are taken with full tension. G. This is measured at the widest part of the thigh. Mark the leg and record the length measurement from the floor to this point. Circumference measurements are recorded with full tension. Body section measurements. The following measurements are required when measuring for garments with a body section. The length measurements are taken vertically and must not follow the contour of the leg. K1. This is measured from the floor to the pubic bone. Whilst in some patients this can be identified easily, in others it can be more difficult. In this case, the point can be located by dividing the front of the thigh in half and then half again. From this point, follow the line directly up to the intersection with the groin. This is the approximate point for the pubic bone position. H. This is measured from the floor to the widest part of the hips. The circumference measurements are taken with first resistance tension, or if the tissues are very soft, full tension should be applied. T. This is measured from the floor to the waist. This must be high enough to ensure a good body height for the garment to anchor onto the body. If it is taken too low, the garment may slip. Circumference measurements are taken with first resistance tension. If the tissues are very soft, further tension may be needed to ensure that the garment fits the body securely. K2. This measurement is taken from the floor to the gluteal fold at the back of the leg. This should be taken vertically and not follow the contour of the leg. Both legs must be measured. The next two measurements are taken on the front and the back of the body and must follow the contour of the body. K1T. This measurement is taken from the pubic bone to the length measurement recorded for T, which is K1 to T, and should follow the contour of the body at the front. The tape measure should be held firmly against the body. K2T. This measurement is taken from the gluteal fold to the length measurement recorded for T, which is K2 to T, and should follow the contour of the body at the back. The tape measure should be held firmly against the body.